Hello, Steve Burns here. So I had to do this little tutorial. A friend of mine, Sean Richter, decided to. He's a huge Captain America fan and has on this outfit, and he shows him throwing the shield. Now the shield's being held by a friend of his in position, so it looks like it's actually flying from his hands. Of course, it'll be nice to get a little bit of a motion blur in there, but that's beside the point. So I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I actually create a 3D shield for him, and then he can actually use it whenever he wants and wherever he wants within the photographic scene? Okay, so I'm going to share with you what I actually have done. So let's go over to Lightwave. Let's go ahead and close out Photoshop, and we can see our shield here, which I built inside of Lightwave, textured it inside of Lightwave, and all that jazz. So here we can see the four views. Very, very simple, just a simple disc. And then I decided to just surface the front of the disc with the Captain America. Included the actual image for a bump map to give it some realistic texturing. And then exported this out as an OBJ. Then I decided to go ahead and import it into Photoshop, which we have here. So I'll show you the initial version inside Photoshop. So I'm in a PSD file, and I can move the shield around, rotate it. We are actually in 3D space. All right, so let's take a look at it inside of his photograph. Took his photograph. This is the original image. I'm gonna go right down here in the bottom and turn the image on and off so you can see that that is her base image. And right up here is turn on the 3D object that I imported into Photoshop, and there it is. So let's go ahead and move it around a little bit. Now he has the whole object. He can place it wherever he wants. Go to my rotation command. Once I'm in the move tool with inside the 3D layer, we can rotate our 3D object around and so forth. All right, so to give you an idea, how I import it in, I've got an extra layer up here. I'm going to go ahead and delete it. What I did was simply this. I went to the 3D panel, new 3D layer from file, and then the shield OBJ that I exported from Lightwave is sitting here. Double click it, opens it up inside of Photoshop, which I've already done. It sees its textures. Everything is good to go. So if I go over to the 3D panel in Photoshop, let's go ahead and move this on up. We have the shield 3D object. And if I drop this down, I have both the front and the rear portion of the shield. So I decided to texture them separately. So if I target the entire group, it moves the two together. So the front of the shield and the back of the shield. And I've also utilized his photographic imagery to use as a reflection map on back of the shield. I can also do the same thing for the front. Go to the front shield, go to my texture. I added just a slight bit of reflection. If I pull it over really high and rotate the shield, we can see the reflection all over the shield. And it is utilizing the reflection from the image behind it. Really neat stuff. Let's go back to my front, and I'm going to just bring it down a little bit so the reflection isn't strong. So Sean, you now have a Captain America shield that you can place wherever you want inside of your photographic image. I'm gonna go to the roll it, and check this out. I can even go to my slide tool to bring it closer into space or put it back into space. So I'm gonna save this file for you. I'll send you a link to download this, and on inside of Facebook, and just enjoy. Okay, man. There we are. Hope everybody enjoyed this little tutorial as well. Steven Burns signing off, and I'll be back with more tutorials.